Welcome to News Talk, a place for current news over the world and India. Here in my podcast, you can find all the news which was trending in the headlines over the news this week. Good morning and Merry Christmas. Today is 25th of December, the Christmas day, and I am Nikanor Thapa with your podcast News Talk. In today's series of episode News Topic Briefing, as I had promised, I will be giving a brief talk on what measures are being taken by the European countries this Christmas during the pandemic. So let's start with it. Europe's response to the coronavirus pandemic varies from country to country, depending on the rates of coronavirus infection. Some have eased earlier restrictions only to reimpose and even toughen them to try to limit the spread of COVID-19 over the Christmas holiday period. France nationwide curfew. On 15th of December, France relaxed the national lockdown in place since late October. People no longer need to fill out a form to say why they are leaving their homes, but bars, restaurants, theaters, cinemas, and ski resort lifts will remain shut. There will be a nationwide curfew between 10 pm and 6 am, which will be lifted for Christmas Eve but not on New Year's Eve. The new measures will stay in place until at least 20th January. Nurseries and schools are open, but universities will remain shut until February 2021 at the earliest. Germany nationwide lockdown. Germany will enter a new nationwide lockdown on 16th of December, which will last until 10th of January. Non-essential shops, businesses such as hairdressers and schools will close. Restaurants, bars and leisure centers will also remain closed. Up to 5 people from a maximum of 2 households are allowed to gather in a home. This will be relaxed from 24th to 26th December when one household will able to host a maximum of 4 close family members from other households excluding children. Greece text requests to leave home. Greece's lockdown runs through to 7th January and people must get permission to their leave homes by sending a text message to a government number including the reason and their personal details. A nationwide curfew now runs between 10 pm and 5 am. Shops are shut, as are nurseries and primary and secondary schools. The majority of the measures will remain in place over Christmas, including the curfew. Bookshops and hairdressers were allowed to open in the run-up to Christmas. From 18 December, the compulsory quarantine for travelers arriving in Greece will be reduced from 10 to 3 days. They will still need proof of a negative coronavirus test. Italy. Travel between regions banned. Many Italian regions are in partial lockdown under a three-tier system, which is red, orange and yellow zones. The government banned any travel between different regions between 21st December and 6th January. People are also banned from leaving their hometowns on Christmas Day, Boxing Day and New Year's Day, unless it's for work or medical reasons or emergencies. A nationwide curfew from 10 pm to 5 am is also in place. The areas in red zones, areas with the most infections, have closed all bars, restaurants and most shops as well as hairdressers and beauticians. Factories and essential services including pharmacies and supermarkets have remained opened. In orange zones, restaurants and bars have closed but hairdressers and beauty salons are open. In yellow zones, restaurants and bars can stay open until 6 pm, but museums, theaters, cinemas, gyms, and swimming pools are closed, as in the rest of the country. Spain. New rules for Christmas. From 23rd December to 6th January, travel between regions will be allowed only to visit friends and family. Social gatherings on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, and New Year's Day will be limited to 10 people, including children. Spain is under a nationwide curfew between 11 p.m. and 6 a.m. until early May 2021. People are only allowed out in that period to go to work, buy medicine, or care for elderly people or children. Regional leaders can modify curfew times and can also close regional borders for travel. Anyone aged over 6 must wear a face covering on public transport and in indoor public spaces nationwide. They are also compulsory outdoors in many regions. The last country is Belgium. Rules on home visits. Normal rules allow a maximum of one person to visit your home, always the same person, the so called close contact. If you are living on your own, you are allowed to meet one other person in your home, but never at the same time as you. So that was the measures being taken by the European countries over this pandemic period and this Christmas season. So that was all for today. And right now in the Kalimpong town, it's 16 degrees Celsius. That's all for the news for now. I will be back tomorrow with my episode series News Over the World and India. Thank you for tuning in into my episode. To give me feedbacks and for more information, visit this podcast's website at www.nikanurthapa14.wixsite.com/newstalk, which is in my description, or you can also leave a voice message by pressing the link which is also in my description. Have a great weekend and enjoy this Christmas season of happiness. Goodbye.